I know this is after hours and you must be busy. It's a Friday, so weekend. I know the weekend energy is there. But then today is the last session for this week. But don't worry, we have a new week coming up, and there will be another five great sessions coming. Sorry, not five, actually, it's 10 sessions coming for the coming week as well. Now, today we will be talking about, how to win more clients. And for that, I'm just a host, but the all the presentation, it's not actually the presentation we'll be doing today. It will be more like a virtual podcast we will be doing with George Thomas. So I would like to welcome George over here. So let's go with there. George, would you mind just telling us a bit about yourself? You know how you just got up into this trade of real estate, and I personally know you. You're coming from a very humble background and very educational things. I believe if I'm not, you're from IAM as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Is it
right.
I right? Okay, okay, perfect. So how come from IAM to real estate? So if you can just walk us through your journey, you know.
Yes, thank you so much. Good evening to all. So, real estate was not something that I had planned, it had actually happened. So, I am basically a graduate in economics and a postgraduate in finance. So, how I entered real estate was that in 2017, GST and demonetization had come over, and there was a
Right.
correction of 20-25% in the market, and we were fully invested into equity. So, we thought that let us take exposure of real estate. That is how I entered the market. I entered the market as an investor. I had, traveled to different cities to buy properties. I had bought property in that time, 2017-18, Gurgaon, Noida. I had gone to Pune, Hinjwadi, Bangalore, Goa, and I had taken some good properties. And then I got to know, I know I was very fascinated by this real estate because I was going to the builder's office. It was so nice. The hospitality was so good. And then I asked my broker, which was 360 Realtors at that time, that, what
Mm-hmm.
if I give you some references of my extended family? Can I get some commission? So we made an arrangement wherein they told me that, okay, we'll give you, like we'll just keep 1% and pass on the remaining to you as a commission. So that was quite interesting for me. I gave a lot of references, closed a lot of deals, made around 20-25 lakh rupees in 2017, 18.
Oh,
And
that
then
was a good number.
yeah, and then eventually I ran out of the references. That is when I thought that I wanted to continue this. And so now if I want to continue this, I need to be in the market as a consultant. That's how I started. So it's been around 4.5 years that I've been in the market.
That's
Eventually, I
nice.
started, as I told, started with 360. I was a client for them, and then started to, work part time with them. And with EXP, I joined 1 year back. I had dropped off, and then I joined back, like somewhere in October 2024. So
That's
that's
correct.
my
That's
journey.
correct. No, I mean, and trust me, guys. I mean, since there are very few stories in EXPs. There are not actually few. There are many stories if we see EXP on a global scale. But for till now, for India, like George itself is a great example for somebody to join EXP with a bang. Like straight up getting a commission of 45 lakh rupees plus, killing like 10 plus deals within like within a time span of 2 3 months. So that's something we all are very very motivated to just learn from you, George. And that's your hard work. I'm 100% sure. Also your network, and you have that charm that you give us give a very comfortable surrounding to your clients. Because I came on a call with you regarding a few clients, and then the way we discussed, so it shows that you have a great deal of energy, great deal of market knowledge, so which will be we want you to discuss today and then share with all our fellow agents and all our partners, so that we all can leverage from your knowledge. So let's not take much of a time. Let's go for the today's agenda. So, guys, we will be discussing the introduction to the real estate trend. So, what are the trends going on right now in the real estate market? We'll be looking for what are the trends for the buyer preferences. So, basically, buyers क्या क्या प्रेफरेंस है उनके आज के ट्रेंड के हिसाब से, करंट मार्केट सिनेरियो के हिसाब से. What are the things which motivates to a seller to sell their properties at today's 2025 market, and what are their preferences? And then we will be discussing about the emerging buyer profiles. What are the new buyer types coming on the market, technology and the market evolution, and then finally we will conclude this session with questions and Q&A session basically. So, George, I would like you to just introduce us. What is the current scenario of the market? You know how the market is evolving right now.
Market is constantly changing. So every few, like next year when we're coming to the market, the next year things have changed, ever evolving, especially after COVID, things have taken a drastic change.
Right.
So as there's a saying that constant is the only change, same happens in real estate.
True.
Builders are coming up with new development, new technologies, new amenities.
Hmm.
Buyers' taste has changed, their knowledge has changed, their requirement has changed. So it's a ever evolving market, and as a consultant, it is very necessary that we focus on all the aspects, and we ourselves are always updated to the trends and to what is happening in the market. So the objective for today's session is also that we understand the changing trends and we capitalize on it, and which leads to eventually leads to more closures and deals for us.
Great, great, great. So would you mind telling all of us that what is the real estate landscape in the residential sector right now, we all are seeing in Indian real estate markets?
Yeah, Tarun. So as an economy, we are one of the fastest growing economy in the world. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about the emerging market. We are going to touch $5 trillion probably by this year end, or maybe probably starting of next year. Out of that 5 trillion, 1.3 trillion contribution is expected to come from real estate and related industries. By related industries, I mean cement or maybe infrastructure, whatever is
Right.
with the development and infrastructure part. So we out of 5 trillion, if 1.3 trillion is going to come from this economy, you can see that you are almost contributing 20-25% to the GDP.
That's so
If
true.
I
That's so true.
so if I talk about the investment pushed by the government, you can see that in the last 5 to 6 years, government has put a lot of focus on affordable housing.
Hmm.
The new government especially has started to view housing as a consumer product and not as the investment product. What I mean by this is that government did not want you to invest in real estate for sake of making money. They wanted you to invest in real estate for the sake of consuming it. And you can see a lot of taxes and rules that government had brought in. For example, there was something like a notional tax that government had brought in, wherein if you own a second property, even if that property you haven't rented it out, if say that is left blank, government will take a certain calculation and say that according to your this area, this is the notional value rent, so pay tax. So government
Hmm.
wants you to rent that property, either don't buy or wants you to rent out that property and not keep it vacant, so that housing becomes affordable and accessible to all. But even after all these things, what we have seen in the market, that even though affordable housing has done relatively well, we've seen massive growth in luxury market. Now that has happened because market at the end of the day will behave as per the market dynamics, which is demand and supply.
Right.
With economy growing so fast, people ended up having so much money that they wanted to upgrade their lifestyle. There were a lot of startups, a lot of business that came in, and everybody wanted to cash in. And that is how the luxury market started to boom in. So even though the government was not eventually supportive, the market did not behave that way. The market has behaved according to the market dynamics.
True. True.
Now there is a lot of change in the way market is today, and even the policies. Like before some years, we did not have a body which was only for real estate. We were struggling
Hmm.
to log in complaints or put in our grievances. Now we have RERA. With RERA, we have gone from an unstructured market to a very structured market, or we are in the phase of going to a very structured market. So
Hmm.
the confidence of the buyer is at all-time high, you can say, because of statutory bodies coming in. Okay,
Okay, yeah,
and
that makes sense.
with new infrastructure, expressway connectivity, you have Vande Bharat, you have Rapid Rail, you have airport taxis coming in the future. All these have also led to new cities being explored, tier 2 cities, which we call, that is also performing very well because of this massive growth in infrastructure and boost in the economy. So that's about
Okay.
the
No, amazing, amazing. Well, there were certain points. I hope you guys are taking some notes because, as George rightfully said, that government doesn't want more and more. Basically, government is not looking to attract more and more investor because they want these houses or these affordable houses or even any kind of real estate construction going on right now for the end user only. So, I mean, that's a very, very good insight, George. So let's just move on to what do you think, George? That what's changing? What's the behavior change or preferences towards the buyer? What are those things which buyer is looking specifically when they are making a decision?
Yeah, Tarun. So let me cover it point by point. So first I'll
Hmm.
talk about is the location. What I've
Okay,
witnessed is
perfect.
that today buyers are not necessarily asking for properties in the central part of the cities or in the heart of the cities. Rather, they want to be near to the cities, but not in the cities. The reason being
Mm,
traffic and pollution. Earlier, what was happening was everybody wanted to be in the center of the city. Now, with pollution being
right.
so much of a highlight, traffic being such a nuisance, people want to be somewhere wherein they can approach the city in 15 20 minutes, but they get a better AQI and they do not have that
Mm,
traffic issues. So even in location, I'll say that has been a change from being to the city to being near to the city with better AQI and better things.
right.
Other point is amenities. So now when somebody is buying a home, for him, a home is not just a space to live. A home for him is a lifestyle. Okay, so people now are inquiring about a lot of things like, what is the size of the clubhouse, what is the open space you're giving, or what is the, if you're saying that this is of this much acres, how many towers, how many apartments, they're calculating the density in their mind. So this new factors are coming into play wherein they're not just looking to the into the layout or into the space that they're consuming, but a broader picture of the amenities and the lifestyle they're getting.
Right.
The another thing that has changed is safety and security. So we all
Mm,
seen what has happened with Saif and Karina. They are the top people in the country. So even if they, you can say, they might have got a secured home, their complex might not be a secured place because they're old
mm,
buildings. That is where the no, the loophole
true.
might have happened. So even in today, if somebody is even wanting to buy a floor, he is wanting to have a fully gated community. So safety
So
and security.
so basically you mean to say is that people are more preferring going into the high rise where it's all gated and more security available. Is
Yes,
that what you mean?
that's true. But even if somebody has a preference for floor, he is asking
Mm,
for a fully gated community, or
right.
somewhere they get the feeling of staying in a floor, but the amenities that they enjoy is of a apartment. You know, so
Right.
even they ask you that what level of security this has. Is this a tier 3 security, tier 4 security, tier 5 security? So security has taken a big preference. They want a good secure place for the children and everyone staying out there. Another point is
True.
affordability and bigger size. Like with the
Mm,
massive price appreciation that has happened in the past 1 to 2 years, people are now evaluating that the property that they're buying, is it justifying that value, and they want bigger spaces for themselves, because now with the culture of work from home and all that, you can say that
right.
everyone is considering a point 0.5 or a plus one extra, so they want a 3.5, or if it was a 3, they want a 4.
Mm,
Yeah, so bigger sizes. Yes,
true.
Tarun, that's
True.
that's what I feel is right now the buyer's preference.
No, for sure, George. I mean, I believe in that too, and I believe most of us who are active in the market and all our colleagues, we all have somewhere understood that the market has changed, specifically after the COVID. People are more looking for they have a preference for the location. They want to be close with the major highways, connectivities. They want safety and security. They want more amenities in their clubhouses. Affordability is always a factor in real estate, specifically in India or anywhere else. And work from home has just evolved after the COVID. So, and that it becomes a part of our life. And what can be a good example better than EXP? Because, we are the biggest virtual real estate brokerage firm in the world right now. And our main motto is to give the flexibility to work from anywhere. So, I mean, that's very well said, George. Thank you so much for those insights. But like, what are the top amenities you? Because I 100% sure that you have worked with, you know, projects like Adani, Tata's. You are already working with Kusumi and many other projects. So, and then you have visited them as well. So, what are those basic or the top amenities which everybody is looking right now if they are going to buy a unit?
Yes, Tarun. So if I talk about the MNTs, again, they're very specific. Clients are very specific these days. They are looking for clubhouse and open spaces. They want a
Mm-hmm.
fully loaded clubhouse with all the amenities that they can have. But that is not just it. They also want to know the size and scale of it, you know. So
Okay.
every society we go, every society will have a gym, will have a pool, will have all the things. But the point is how big it is. Can it
Mm.
cater to all the audience or all the people who are living in that society? So client is very
Mm-hmm.
specific on that. That tell me the size of the clubhouse, tell me the number of families which are
Right.
staying, tell me how much open space. Yeah.
Mm.
So clubhouse and open space will be one of it. So by
Mm-hmm.
that we are basically talking about the density of the project. Yeah.
Okay.
The another will be that people today want smart modern homes and sustainable homes. So
Right.
buyers want homes which can support smart technologies like lighting, security
Mm.
system, home automation,
Mm.
etc. And they are very specific about the certifications that the building has received. Okay,
True.
which gives them an idea about how energy efficient their home is. So how
Mm.
much, if how much energy efficient, it means how much they save on the electricity, how much natural light is coming to your home. Yeah. And other things like the water resource management, how do you store the rainwater. So people are
Mm.
thinking on a broader scale. They are thinking about the better good of the society. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Another point I'll feel is that the buyer wants to know, or his point is that he wants to know who the consultant and partners for the project are.
Yeah.
Yeah. They want to know who exactly is building their dream home. So I
Mm.
have come across some brochures, wherein a 1 crore property and a 10 crore property, if I see the brochure, both looks very similar to me. Both
True.
have such a beautiful swimming pool, such a fantastic
Mm.
gym, such. So it's a 1 crore property and a 10 crore property, but on brochure, on papers, it looks so same. But you eventually know when
Right.
you get the delivery how the 1 crore gym and the how the
Yeah.
10 crore or the
That's
Camellias gym looks like. Yeah.
so true. So
So
true.
so we want to know, or the buyer today wants to know, okay, you're telling me all these things, but I want to know who is doing this. So if you have
Mm.
hired a
Mm.
ACC or a Lytton, they know that you're putting in this amount of money and what you're saying is going to be done. So they want to know the
Right.
construction partner, they want to know the landscaping, people who is doing this, they want to know who is going to do your interiors, so they want to
Right.
know all this. Now a very prime example for this I'll pick up is a project which is being launched in Dwarka Expressway by Elan Group, known as the Elan the Emperor.
Okay. Yeah.
If you see their marketing, their campaign, every day what they're doing is they are telling the people who all they have hired, who all are on board, who is going to do that. So one day you see that Lytton is on board. Lytton, who is Lytton? Lytton has done the Camellias, Lytton has done this. So that credibility they are building in, you know. So this is the entire campaign that the Elan group is running for such a high-end ticket size. So it is going to be one of the most premium projects in Dwarka Expressway. Yeah. So the client today is very knowledgeable. He knows, okay, you're telling me all this. but I want to visualize that who is going to do this so that what you're telling me is going to turn up or not.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yes, sir.
No, I mean that's thank you so much for these insights. Plus, I think the smart home feature, sustainability, and more like a master plan community amenities, which you have mentioned, and health and wellness. These are the things which a lot of buyers are going to look for in any projects. And what do you think? Like, why exactly is that? What is the demographic? Who's the buyers are like currently? If we see like who are the top buyers in India?
So the top buyers, I'll say, are the people, the startup people who
Okay.
have done something in the past 5, 6 years and made good business for themselves. There are
Hmm.
corporates who have invested in this or have ESOPs in the startups and who have
Hmm.
encashed the ESOPs and want to
Okay.
reinvest their money. Then there are frequent investors or the traditional investors who keep on investing, selling, buying. Those people are there. Then there are people who are looking to, upgrade their lifestyle, aspirational
Gotcha.
homes.
Perfect. 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 Thank you so much for this. But like, like we have already discussed many things about the buyers. Let's move our focus toward the seller. And just to let you guys know that the seller is not a resale seller we are talking on this behalf. It's more like a developer or somebody is coming up with any project. Although you guys can consider this as a resale seller as well. However, if they are coming up with these kind of uh, you know, a bit of luxury in their floors or a house. So, what do you think? What are the sellers' preferences? What are their motivation to sell right now in this scenario of the current market?
Yeah, for me, Tarun, a seller, as I'm focused more on the primary market or deal the primary market, for me, the
Hmm.
seller would be the developer. So
Perfect.
as we've seen that in the past 1, 2 years, the prices have significantly grown, have increased. It is not
Yeah.
easy for the developer also to get a new buyer now. Okay.
True.
They are able to sell good numbers, but with time, it's getting a little bit of a struggle. I'll say it's not that a cakewalk.
Hmm.
So a builder today, if they have inventories, they are open to some negotiation. They're open to some tweaks in the payment plan. Or
Okay.
say if you have, so I did a deal wherein, the client was very specific that, the tiles or something that I want to use is this. So I don't want you to do this. So they told that, so we will do this. The builder told that we will do this. You can eventually break it. And, but the client said that that is a wastage of the, resources. I don't want
Right.
that to happen. So the builder took the approval from the management, that the buyer has this concern, and they for him they managed to do this thing that, okay, we for your apartment we won't be doing the tiling work. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
builders now are ready to sit with you, understand your client's requirement, and tweak to a certain percentage. You cannot expect a large thing, but a few things are happening, and that is a very good thing for the buyers.
Hmm.
Plus, they also want to make the things more attractive. They give, fully loaded kitchen or a fully loaded apartment, some white goods. So the developer is also doing its bit and part to make sure that the market is running and the deals are happening.
Right, right. But do you think it is helping them as like current scenario? Are they getting more attraction, or is there anything which they can do better so that they will be having more cloud coming up or more clientele in the market? So what are your personal thoughts? Because you have visited like hundreds of projects in your career.
So I think it won't be right for a developer to bring down the prices. That is not going to
Mm-hmm.
happen. They have to give very good payment plan, and that is
Or
what is
yeah.
happening in the market. So say Adani is selling at a 35-65 payment plan. uh,
Hmm.
Emar is selling a 20-10-50 payment plan. Yeah. So there are tweaks happening so that they are not, the builder is not compromising on the price, but they're giving you some other advantage which you think is in your favor and eventually can turn up into a good deal.
For sure, for sure. I mean, that's thank you so much for the insight. So do you think the key factors impacting the buyer decision right now?
So I've already talked about the buyer a lot. So Tarun, I would like to know from your end now that what are those factors that are impacting the buyers? This is I feel this is more of a conversation
Yeah,
happening.
no, for
I want
sure.
to know your point, your aspects.
See, I mean, well, thank you so much for this opportunity, George. I mean, you're a very humble guy, very, very humble that you are just, bringing those questions to me now. But then, see, as we have already discussed many things about the buyer preferences, the top amenities, and also the seller preferences as well right now, and what are their motivations. So, what I think is the price is a major thing which is impacting the, buyer's decision to go for any project. As you already very well said that people are looking for more affordability. Also, if not affordability, I'm not going to say that's the right word, because luxury can be either expensive, it can never be affordable, and most of the project we are seeing in the market right now, they are coming up in a luxury sector or ultra luxury, right? And even we want to work with on those projects as well. So I think is that it should be justified. And as a realtor, as a seasoned realtor, it's our responsibility to tell our buyers or our clients to that if a project is coming on any price, why is justified, and also what's gonna impact in the future of these pricing, right? So price sensitivity is always there, right? That's a major decision factor. But other than the price, I have seen a change shift towards the location. More and more people, they see, George, what's going on right now is in the market, the major home buyers right now are the millennial. India is the world's biggest population, and the one, like, number one country with the most population of millennials right now, with a young talent, right? And now, right now, the young talent is within the age of 28 to 35, I'm going to say, right? And at the age of 28 to 35, a lot of people, they are looking for, getting married, or they have already married and they are planning to start a family, or some of them already having a beautiful families with that. So, there, but then the thing is, there is a huge shift towards the nuclear family size as well. Back in days, like I was grew up in a family of my grandparents, my uncles, and everybody. We were all big joint family. But as now we are seeing, like, let's say I'll be getting married, then I'll be looking for my own house, and I'll be having kids. So, but my parents, they want to stick to the ancestral place, wherever they are from. So right now, that is the location preference. Everybody who's nuclear living in the major tier one cities, so they want to closure to the major highways, so that wherever their parents or wherever they want to go, they have a great connectivity first of all. So that's why you see all the major development coming is across and around the major highways right now. That's one point. Second is that right now people wants to be around all the malls, all the top hospital, all the top schools. So that's why the location becomes very crucial. And as you very already mentioned that people are not moving towards the inside or core of a city right now, they are moving towards the outer skirts, so that they will be having a better room to just breathe, also for the travel time, also the traffic congestion is not there, right? So location is the second top priority right now, right? Then we talk about the developers credibility, because see, before RERA, what was happening, although developers were there and they were credible, but then now, after RERA, after 2017, RERA is talking more about the consumer interest, and more developers like Adani, like Tata, like we have Birla. So they are pushing RERA, and they are complying so beautifully with RERA that people, more and more people are going for the A-listed developers. So credibility of a developers makes very, very big difference, right? Then it comes to the tax incentives, but then that's something, I don't have much of the credibility to talk about, to be very, very honest, about the tax incentive, because I don't know much about those things. But then, yeah, there are certain things that people get benefit of tax as well. Let's say, for example, some investor or somebody who having a a big tech startup or any kind of startup, they have a tax liability. So their first preference goes to investing that tax bracket into the real estate. So we must have seen, you all have seen that, somebody bought 100 crore apartment in Camellias. So that's something is for, they have to justify those purchases for the tax purposes. Right. So that's about it from my side. These are the key factors and, that which are impacting the decisions of the buyers right now.
Yeah, great,
So I
Tarun.
hope that
Great to
that
hear.
was something informative from my side. But then we
Yes,
are
yes.
we are here to focus on you, George, today because you
No,
you are
a
the
follow-up
star.
question, a follow-up question to this
Yes,
that
please.
I'll want to know your thoughts on. Like, COVID was a major factor wherein,
Oh yes,
things changed drastically. So I've earlier heard about AC and BC,
right,
two defining things.
right.
But then came COVID and then came post-COVID and pre-COVID,
Pre-COVID, yeah.
because that was a major change that has happened across, and real estate is one of them. So I would like to know that if you agree that some major changes have happened in after COVID, and if you can take us through that, what are those changes in terms of real estate?
See, George, well, this is itself is a very interesting topic to be very honest, because and I know that we all can agree with that. COVID changed our life so drastically. So, as you are mentioning that before COVID and after COVID, so we see a different world now, right? Let's say, for example, before COVID, in terms of real estate only, people used to be happy in a two-bedroom apartment as well. But if you see that more of a bigger sizes, the demand of a bigger sizes is coming after the COVID. So people wants to invest in 3 BHK, 3 BHK plus study, 4 BHK, and more bigger sizes are coming. Let's say we have example. Let's say Paris. We are working on a project Paris. Then they are coming up with the apartment size of 47, 5,700 square feet. So that's something going on in the market, because why? See, developer have seen, they have know the pulse of the market. They have seen that the people want these bigger sizes. So that's one of the crucial impact of the COVID on the real estate sector right now. Second is that people want, as I already mentioned, people want to be very well connected to the roads and connectivity basically. So they can travel anywhere freely with the highways. And then the another one is demand of housing increased, because we all have seen during the COVID that people who were living on rent, they all people just like the homeowners, they kicked out the tenants during the COVID time because everybody wanted to have their own safety, and they everybody was scared. I'm not going to blame anyone, but then we all were so scared that we just wanted everyone to go to their homes. We want our area to be vacant and then safe and secure. But then people realize this thing that they want their own home, because things like COVID makes us realize what is the power of your own asset, what is the power of your own home. People who never had any home in their lifetime, they never bought anything, they had no place to go to, honestly speaking. And there were so many examples, right? That was sad to see, but then again, that's truth. Right. So we all have seen, specifically millennials, we have seen that, you know, millennials were working in cities like Tier 1, Gurgaon, Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai, Noida. So they had to leave these cities and go back to their hometowns. Right. So these are the major impact of COVID. And then it was sad, but then good for real estate. So we all this boom, it's not just I'm talking about India. It's the same thing happened in Canada, same thing happened in USA, same thing happened in Japan. It's everywhere right now. London, UK, same thing. So more first, more high demand of a bigger sizes. Second, the higher demand for the location, for the connectivity wise. And third is that everybody who ever were looking we don't want to buy, we always gonna rent it out, because that's again that's a thinking of many people, that we always gonna rent it out, we never gonna waste our money to purchase any kind of real estate. But those are the people who's buying right now. There's a funny thing, pre-COVID and post-COVID, if you know the founder of Zerodha, he used to say in one of the interview that I'm never going to invest money in real estate. I'm never going to buy a house. And guess what? He himself bought a bigger house right now. Right. So those are the things which made us रहेगी रहेगी चाहे हम जितना मर्जी कोशिश कर लें, एक घर जो है एक बेसिक नीड में आता है, right? So that's my intake, or like my output for COVID-19, what I have seen around the world going, and I believe you guys can agree with me on these points, whichever I said. So health, hygiene, work from home, it's another impact which happened. Now people are working from home, and then the urbanization, urban, more and more urban colonies coming up, master plan communities are coming, people are coming up with, like developers are coming up with more health conscious projects. They have ambulance services on the site itself. So yeah, that's about it from my side.
Great, Tarun. You've covered like really good points, great
Thank you
insights.
so much. Thank you. So George, what do you think about the buyer profile in India market right now? What are the top buyers currently in India?
So currently the buyers who are there in the active in the market are first time home buyers. The
Hmm.
first time home buyers are primarily, you can say, investing in tier 1 cities, but there's also a huge participation in tier 2 cities by first time home buyers,
Okay.
because not everyone earns a salary in crores, and
Right.
the property market rates in Gurgaon. Okay, so somebody who just started his job or just started his family wants to buy a property are looking for tier two options, which
Hmm.
is also a good option because you've got that great connectivity, expressways, highways, through which you can reach the city in a very good time. So first time home buyers are there. The other buyers who are there in the market are people who are looking to upgrade their home. So it's been
Right.
a lot of time that they've been staying in that property. Now they want to, upgrade, have a difference, they're bored with their existing property. They are looking to upgrade.
True, true, so true.
The third people who are there are the investors. Now these investors, again, there are two type of investors. One type of investor is the one who has been regularly been investing, churning out his money, buying, selling. He is there in the market, because
Hmm.
uh, today we have all A grade developers. Rates
Right.
are nowhere going to go down. It's going to be stagnant for some time and before the next rise comes. So there are people who are believing into this and buying properties. Then there are people who have made money through businesses, startups. I told ESOPs. All those people are cashing in their money, selling those and buying real assets. If you
Okay.
have a ESOP, you have a share. Today your company might be in billions, but you never know tomorrow what its value is going to be. So people are
True.
encashing their ESOPs and buying real assets. And the biggest boom that we are seeing is the NRI market. NRI market is very actively participating because our patriotism is at all-time high. Our economy is the fastest growing economy in the world. uh,
Yeah.
People are going outside believing they are going to get very good opportunities, jobs, but that is eventually not happening. The other countries, the already developed countries, are in a downhill. There are job
True.
cuts, there are a lot of problems they are facing. So they're coming back, going out, and they're eventually coming back. You get a lot of, government is giving a lot of support for FDI and all those initiatives that to
Right.
bring your money back. So NRI people are very actively participating. That's why you can also see builders like DLF or all these builders are going outside doing one time a roadshow in London, US or Dubai.
Yes.
They all want to have that chunk of outside money that is coming to India.
That's so true. That's so true. Very well said. And that those are the major contributor to Indian economy right now. This is about it, guys. Thank you so much, George, first of all, for the beautiful insight and all the information you have given to us. So let's conclude this thing. So, what do you think? What is the future outlook for of real estate right now, as per your understanding?
The future is very bright, Tarun. Yeah, the real estate has grown very well. I told there will be little bit of stagnancy. We have to be
Yeah,
patient. We have to tell the customers that okay, we understand there has been a boom. Even though the growth will not be same, but you have to hold on to your things and eventually
of
the
course.
market is growing. New cities are coming up.
Right.
Developers are very aggressive. They are going with back-to-back launches. So you have to believe that launches will come. They will eventually get sold. You have to participate and make sure that you are there in the picture all the time.
Now
So
for sure.
market is booming. Market is going very good. We have got a
Amazing.
very good future.
Amazing, amazing. So I think as you already mentioned this thing, there is a lot of outlook coming for future from the tier two and tier three cities and the micro markets. A lot of new micro markets are evolving right now. Specifically, like I am in Gurgaon, and then I have seen a new market booming from here. It's just Navgaon, right?
Now go.
So that's something nobody have thought. आज से अगर 5 साल पीछे की बात करते हैं, किसी ने सोचा भी नहीं Navgaon will be having this much boom coming up, right? So I mean, very well said. Thank you so much, George, for all the information. Guys, now we'll be taking some question and answers, and then we still have like 15-20 minutes, so I would like to take the leverage, like you to take the leverage, not me, but then feel free. George is all yours. Ask as many questions as you want to. Just learn how he's able to just close those deals, just get a secret sauce, just ask him everything. So we are open for the questions, guys. Anyone?
George, Satyam this side. Can you hear me?
Yes, Satyam. Hi. How are you?
Yeah, yeah, great, great. I joined a little bit late, so I missed the initial part. Well, my
Mhm.
question is, we have closed great deals recently, Adani Samsara, and also another one, Adani Lushland. So, what were the major objections that you had to handle, like in these deals? Major
Uh, see,
challenge while, yeah.
See, Satyam, today, no, the buyer is very informed. If you feel that you are the one who are selling the buyer, that may not be true. Buyer is already sold. Like he has plenty of information on the internet. He himself is into so much of research, and he might be in touch with, 10 of brokers. So eventually there will be a lot of points that would be coming as, objections. But what you have to believe is that what you're showing to the client is the best product. So your
Hmm.
product is very strong. Even if he goes into the market, explore the other product, let him do, because eventually you are giving him a very great product. And you have to be very patient with the client, and objections will be there. You have to do your homework, that what are these objections, and are they genuine objections, or what is the reason for this, and you have to resolve it for the customer. So if somebody is saying this is far away, then you have to tell him that this might look far away today. After 2 years, there is this road widening happening, or this new expressway coming, and this will be resolved. So I'll say that take it point to point. Whatever his objections, you can be able to handle it. But make sure that you are giving him the best product. He goes to the market, explores other things. Eventually, he'll come back to you that you have shown him the best property.
So what you're saying is like in the like today is the internet era. So most of the times the buyers, they're like smart enough. They've already like done their like 100% of the research about the product and everything.
That's true. That's true. Means I have sometime come across that, I was sitting with this buyer, and I have told him a lot of points. And I was thinking that he does not know anything. I was, keeping on giving him all the knowledge. And then when I talked to him the other day, the next day to take up a follow-up, he was telling me points which even I was not maybe, that aware of. So,
Mm-hmm.
so the customer might seem like, he does not know, but he has also done, if he's buying a property, he has done his homework pretty well.
So most of
Now
the
the
objections are like related to price negotiations or like some specifics related to the property, like as you said, related to connectivity or something like that.
So it will depend upon from property to property. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're selling a tier two a property in a tier two city, then the objection would be regarding the distance or the connectivity or some other things. If it is in the city, the points will be very different. It will be that this is too expensive, or the previous launch was in this price. Now why do we pay this? So the
Mm-hmm.
objections will differ from the place to place and project to project.
Okay, okay. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, Satyam. Thank you.
So
Tarun,
we
are
are
you
still
there?
open. Yeah, yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. So, guys, we are still open to some of the questions. So please feel free. Don't feel shy. I mean, it's a tenth session. So you all are, I know it's Friday. You guys must have want to go out, but then let's just ask from George.
Hi George, good evening. How are you?
Hi, Deep. All good. How was your Friday?
A little hectic. Just came back from site visit and just having my lunch actually, lunch and dinner combined.
Oh,
Bit hectic for day today. Acha, I just want to ask you. I think we've had a brief discussion in the past also, but just to
mhm.
elaborate on this, I mean, what is the basically? I mean, how do you get into that circle, or how do you pitch such a product to? My basic question is how to generate leads, or is it just on in your reference circle that you pitch these sort of high ticket products?
So if you talk about what has happened till now, I'll say the major chunk is reference. But I'll say if you have to grow the business, it has to be in proportion with different, things like so something has to come from your references, something should come from your marketing, something should from
Okay.
come from the cold calling, something should come from the reels or something like that. So if eventually the bucket has to grow, it has to be from different sources. For me, as of now, the major chunk has happened from the references, I'll say, or from the past clients that I had.
And what, according to you, George, is like an icebreaker to basically, it's just like when you get in touch with your references, or basically, how do you initiate such a conversation that such product is coming? So I know it's a very
So
basic question, but for obviously for such high ticket products, I think it will be a good insight for everyone.
So I'll say that you have to pitch yourself very strong. Your credentials, your pitching, or what you feel about yourself has to be very strong. And then eventually the company that you're coming from. So we are from EXP, so that is very much sorted for us. We come from a very strong brand. Okay, so that is there, and then this is eventually sales. This is high-end sales.
Hmm.
There, it is about finding that common, likes or that common points with the buyer, wherein you can talk about something. So it should not be it particularly need not be about real estate. It can be something else. That, sir, what do you enjoy? What's your passion? Like if he says so I am a wealth manager, so I can talk in length about stocks or mutual funds. So if somebody is
Okay.
saying that, so you have to find that common point. Don't talk
Hmm.
much about, the property or the product. It should be more about the, the liking, So
So
eventually they
basically,
should
it's
feel
more of
that they should buy from you. They should like you.
so basically it's like more like being a conversationist, basically.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
about
Thank you.
building the relationship.
Building the rapport. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that was a great insight, George, and thank you so much, Z, for asking. Thank you so much, Satyam ji, for asking such good questions, so that we all can learn from there. Anybody else who's having any questions? Well, I think if nobody has any questions, so George, do you want to just give any other your personal recommendation for all of us, so
So
how we can just increase our business as well?
so I'm enjoying the session. Two of my champions talking for last 1 hour. So great. I enjoyed the session. First of all, the feedback is right, and both of you are talking heart and heart. So that was great. And both of you are doing great job with the XP. One is from the staff side, one is from the agent side. And George, I remember, again meeting you for the first time, and again, I can proudly say, you are a good guy, right? It's not about the sales because you are always honest. You always talk point to point related to the business only. So I think that's a good quality to have, right? So now, my question is, George, since you said you started as an investor, right? So this is my question personally. So, what do you see, and how do you see NCR market as an opportunity? And if you have to invest, where you would like to invest? Is it Noida or Gurgaon?
So taking the first question first, I see NCR market as it will grow like tremendously. Reason being that you can do this distribution between south and north. In south, you have a lot of cities if you want to invest. You have Hyderabad, you have Bangalore, you have Kochi, Chennai. There are a lot of options. If you come to north, the complete north, is being catered by Noida and Gurgaon. So the if somebody wants to invest in a tier one city, a very premium property, very premium location, the option is Noida and Gurgaon. So this is bound to grow like anything. With new investors coming in, with, as I told, I am very much bullish on the economy. There are a lot of people who are doing a lot of businesses, already made a lot of money, and still they are doing registering new companies with 4 5 years down the line, there's a lot of money that is going to come into the economy, which will come into real assets like a real estate, and that is going to benefit the markets like Noida and Gurgaon. And if I have to pick between Noida and Gurgaon, I'll pick Gurgaon because my heart lies in Gurgaon. I have been to Gurgaon so much, so it's a personal liking. But maybe in terms of investment point of view, Noida is also set to perform really well because of the Jewar airport that has come up there and a lot of infrastructure happening. And UP is very focused with, with the government. They're very focused with what they want to do. Their ambitions is lot in tourism and like to give lot of opportunities to businesses. But my personal liking is towards Gurgaon. I'll invest in Gurgaon.
Okay, so great answer. So guys, I just had a like one small interview story of ET with Economic Times today, and they have asked me the same question. And the reason why I ask, I need to see what other people think about it. So likewise, Gurgaon is a very mature market right now. I think it's. I'm not saying it's on the peak, but I think it's towards the peak. The price has gone anywhere in the 15,000 to 30,000 rupees a square feet. Exceptions are there. Yes, there are 1 lakh rupees a square feet price also there. But if you see on an average, the prices are comes out to be 20,000 or 18,000 rupees range in Gurgaon micro market for the new developments. On the other hand, if you see, I'm just giving you a kind of trying to give you a comparison. But if you look Noida as a market, still the prices are in the range of 10 to 15,000 rupees a square feet. So I think this is where the play comes, right? So one is it is more affordable. Second, when it comes to the investment, it's always makes sense that you can purchase at a lower value, right? So you cannot compare the markets in between because Gurgaon is commercially very well robust in terms of commercial real estate, and that is one of the reason why the growth is actually there. But in Noida, if you compare, the commercial activities are not that such apart from some manufacturing units, but it is going to be there in next 5 to 7 years because we are at the same stage where Gurgaon used to be at 2005 right now, where the Noida is sitting. Because in 2001, this Delhi International, I would say, announcement of Delhi International Airport, and then I think by the time 2004, if I'm not wrong, they have the first flight started, commercial flight, and then by 2008 or 7, I would say, the terminal 3 opened, and it has been awarded as the best international airport terminal. But now if you see, what is going to happen in next 10 to 15 years, and this is going to the same story for Navi Mumbai also, right? So Mumbai 3.0. So these are some of the areas, the people who are working in these areas, you guys are witnessing. Similarly for Pune,